All right. I got a few minutes. Look, shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible. Shout out to my replay gang, overseas gang, and my unsubscribed gang. Look, I just want to talk real quickly about this, all right? A lot of women seem to think that, okay, I'll just tell you a story, okay? I was watching this YouTuber earlier, and she was talking good, you know what I'm saying? I knew she was going to drop the ball, but she was talking really good. She was talking cash money shit, man. You know, she was like, yeah, you know, people hate on you because they can't be you, and, you know, you'll walk away from anything. Just really good stuff. And then she couldn't help herself, and she starts saying, yeah, ladies, these guys out here. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I wanted to get on here and speak about this real quick. Let me tell you something. Guys want independent women. You know what an independent woman is? It's a grown person. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that's paying their own bills and taking care of themselves like grown people do. We want you. You know what I'm saying? We want that. The problem is we don't like the attitude and the headache that comes along with someone that keeps thinking that being grown is something that they need a pat on the back for. You don't need a pat on the back for being grown. So when you have to run around and one of your claims to fame is just being an adult person, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? You seem like a headache from the beginning, and we don't want nothing to do with you. So I listened to this woman talk. And of course, you know, she's running her mouth. Yeah, these guys are out here. And, you know, this is the problem I had with her. You know what I'm saying? I felt some type of way because she said, yeah, these guys out here will choose these women, these narcissistic women. I'm like, well, you sound like one anyway. You know what I mean? Just because you're undesirable and nobody wants you don't mean you can't be a narcissist, but whatever. It's like, yeah, they'll pick the wrong women, and then the women will use them or whatever, and then they got to leave them or whatever and start over. And so what? So what? If the guy's not complaining about it, why are you? And guess what? She looked, you know, like a basset hound in the face, and her arms were flapping in the wind. So all I'm saying is this, man. It's always the same type of woman that's complaining about stuff, right? Let's do something with yourself. As a man, we don't have any excuses. Dudes don't give you no breaks as your friends or whatever. If you slacking in anything, man, listen, I got friends, man, if I'm over here going out to eat too much, they'll be like, man, all you got to do is get some rice and, you know what I'm saying? Like, get some noodles, get some chicken. You can catch it on sale. Man, dudes will check you about stuff like that. You know, women don't want to check women about nothing. And this woman had the gall enough to get online and start babbling, you know, about how, I mean, she was talking cash money shit at first too. She was like, yeah, you know, everybody wants to compete with you because, you know, you do everything with ease and all this good stuff. Then she turns right around and say, yeah, lady, these guys out here, you know, they're picking the wrong ones. I'm like, what? Wait, what? What in the world? What does that got to do with her? Whatever men choose to be with, what does that have to do with her? This is why y'all sound so crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, she was talking all this, you don't need nobody, and yes, you do. I don't care what any woman says. They can have everything in the world going on for them. And they'll still be watching a guy like me online. You know what I'm saying? Getting out the mud, starting over. You want to know why? Because women always want a guy. They always want a guy. I don't care. They want that fairy tale bad boy that they can domesticate. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Because you get a guy and he got his stuff together and he's got his money right and his businesses. He could care less about dating anybody. He could care less. He could care less. And no guy would be like, you know, you're missing out on life if you don't get married to somebody. Man, women will set women up. A woman will be doing good and they'll be like, man, you just need a man. Crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. And this woman, she has no idea why she's undesirable. You're undesirable for a lot of different reasons. Her mouth mainly. I mean, this woman was talking, y'all, and she was like, I mean, these guys, take the bass out of your voice. Why are you talking? Why are you so aggressive to the camera? Guys, you ever seen these women that are super aggressive towards the camera? What does that do for them? I guess it makes them feel tough. Why would they think that we would want a woman that's being aggressive to a camera? If she's aggressive to that camera, she's gonna be aggressive to you in your life. Telling you, y'all don't see that kind of stuff. Y'all think just because you got your money together, not in shape, You're not in shape. So don't sit there and be like, oh, well, no. You're not in shape at all, right? You're not in shape. And then you're like, oh, why wouldn't they want us? Well, first and foremost, you're not in shape. I can't stress this enough. Dudes are done dealing with women that are not in shape. I'm telling you, it'll get you a lot further. You'll get upset, and I understand, your frustration that guys will go to the pretty woman that's in shape. But if you don't give them something to work with, you not being in shape first and foremost, then you're going to lose every time. You know what I mean? It doesn't even matter as a guy what kind of guy you are, if you're a good guy or not. If you're broke, man, women will put you in a category. That's it. So you can either stay broke and complain, or you can stop being broke. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this, right? Don't complain about the kind of women that men choose if you're the kind of woman that a guy can't even talk to or hold a conversation with. If you're the kind of woman that you end up getting in an argument with pretty much every male that you encounter, and then you're saying stuff like, well, they can't handle me. I don't think anybody will ever be able to handle you. Stop thinking like that. You're playing the victim. That's a victim mindset. Oh, no one can handle me. Stop being a victim. What do you need to do to be somebody that people want to handle? Do something differently with yourself. If you're running around and you got a bunch of bass in your voice as a woman, but you ain't lifting those weights, with that same kind of tone, you won't get that same kind of tone with the gym. You won't get that same kind of tone with a dumbbell. You won't get all bassy in the voice and be like, I'm gonna lift. You ain't gonna do all that, right? But you be over here online running. Listen, I'm telling you, man, sit down somewhere. Y'all be talking crazy. Y'all talk crazy, So if you wonder why you can't get a man as a woman nowadays, because you're a whole weirdo. You're a weirdo. You don't know how to talk to men. You don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to speak to a man. You talk like a man. And again, this goes back to bodies, man. It goes back to the bodies. I'm sorry. But when you got a bunch of bodies, you know what I mean? Whenever that semen's in you and it's doing whatever it's doing, wherever it's at, man, you take on their personalities. What do you think's going to happen, man, when you're over here taking this man's kids like that? Man, you're taking on whatever he's got going on. You know what I'm saying? The bodies matter. And you ladies are just like, I don't know your exact numbers, but like I told you, the average woman has between 23 and 53 bodies. That's average. You know what I'm saying? So the above average ones are in the triple digits, man, and they're proud of it. And they're like, as long as no one knows the number, everybody knows the number. You want to know why? You can't pair bond with any man. You know what I'm saying? You got soul ties everywhere, spiritual demons attached to you. You don't never go to the gynecologist. You want to know why? You're scared of what he's going to say. You're like, oh my God, I don't know what's crawling out of you. Listen, let me tell you something. I can't block you fast enough. That's all I can say. I can't block you fast enough. I'm over here trying to rizz out these women, and you're over here trying to break my concentration. Get back in the character. I'm still doing it, ladies. I'm still rizzing you out. Okay? You know what I mean? While I'm talking junk at the same time, but I'm only talking about females, not ladies and not women. Females. The lonely ones that are always wondering why they're lonely. Your mouth is too big. You talk too much. There's nothing wrong with just taking a back seat to talking sometimes and maybe listening, right? First of all, I'm just going to be real. You can't complain about anything if you're overweight. If you're overweight and you're not going to the gym, because first and foremost, why would I want to date you? And again, there's some really nice overweight women. I have been with a couple of them before, but they were overweight in the right places. You know what I'm saying? It was everywhere it needed to be. Just with a little extra, you know what I'm saying? Cushion for the pushing in the front, it's whatever, But they were nice women. They had a good personality. They were sweet, You can't be rude and be big as hell. You can't be doing stuff like that. Plus, why am I going to get into a relationship with you and I don't know how long you're going to be on this plane? I know heart disease is a real thing. You know what I mean? I know all kind of issues you can get, diabetes. You know what I'm saying? You can get all kind of stuff from eating wrong. And if you're not taking care of your body, that's not a sound investment. What kind of man gets in a relationship with somebody or, makes an investment that he knows there's going to be no return on that investment? Like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to get a good ROI. I need to go ahead and just let this go. And that's what's going to happen. Let's be real. I thought I blocked you. Not right now. Okay. Anyway, y'all, look, this for YouTube mainly, so I gotta watch what I say. But I keep blocking people in here. Thank you for the like, sweetheart. What's going on? What's going on? How you doing tonight? Look, y'all, I got some places to be, you know, getting ready, going out, about to do my thing. Listen, my kid's off tomorrow, so I ain't got to worry about getting up for school, you know, put them on the bus. But listen, this lady was talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure I put this video out just saying, if you cannot get a man and you can't keep one, it's time to stop playing victim and self-reflect, right? Because men aren't asking for too much. But if you want to project onto us what you think men deserve, that might not align with what we want. So if you're projecting onto us a bunch of attitude and saying, this is what this lady kept saying, these men can't handle a woman that's strong. And then, no. Strong and independent don't mean loud and obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? Those aren't the same things, right? You're able to conflate those things because guys don't normally know how to put things into words, but I do. If you're an obnoxious woman that likes to get in men's faces and speak like a man because of all the bodies you've collected over time, then you can't be upset with a guy that don't want nothing to do with you. Because just by the way, listen, I have a lot of strong women that carry themselves like ladies that I talk to all the time in my DMs, you know, texting them and stuff. They don't move like that. They don't speak in a way that's going to challenge every man on what he says and, you know, make an excuse for everything that they have. Oh, you know, I'm so strong and so woman-like, no man can handle me. At some point, you got to self-reflect, man. Like, what do you really want? Do you want a man or do you want to be a man? You can't have both. You know what I'm saying? You can't have both. But I'm just going to be real. Look, I'm out here just collecting information. Listen, I'm an engineer, y'all. So right now, I'm celibate. I'm not in no hurry. So it's just funny to watch women and the way they're moving. You would swear that some of these women's coochies were on fire with the way they try to go from relationship to relationship. Hey, what's going on, sweetheart? What's going on? I'm glad you showed up. I'm saying with your fine self. Look. You know what I'm saying? Got some baddies coming up in here. Get myself together. I want to be looking raggedy. I mean, what's going on? The dog tags out there. You know, got to make sure I'm looking right for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on, ladies? How y'all doing? No, I appreciate y'all showing up. And I'm talking about, listen and remember, ladies. Women, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about females, okay? Females. I'm never talking about the ladies or the nice women out there. I'm talking about females. And don't y'all ever conflate the two, all right? They can't be y'all. Just like, you know, Pookie and Ray Ray can't be me. As much as Pookie and Ray Ray try to get the nice brand, he still got to get his grandma's car back to her before she has to get up and go grocery shopping, right? So as much as Pookie and Ray Ray want to be called a man, they're not a man. Pookie and Ray Ray are males. They're males, okay? They're barely men. They're males. So these females are not ladies. They're not women. You know, they're barely a female. So let's leave it. Don't ever take what I'm saying personal, because I love the ladies. I love women and I absolutely adore the ladies. But hey, these females, they can get this work. They can get this work. Yeah, Granny's car. Hey, you know, I tell you what. It might not be Granny's car, but you know his mama or his grandma's co-signing on it. As a matter of fact, no, he's co-signing on it at best. At best. Man, come on. Y'all know how Pookie rolls. You know what I'm saying? Pookie. Pookie, he can't have nothing in his name. You know that. You know what I'm saying? He defaulted on too many credit cards. You know it's the truth. That's why he's always like, hey, baby, listen. Hey, listen, check this out. Put this on your car, baby. I'll get the cash. I'm not lying to you. Y'all be having these dudes, and you'll be like, these men, that is not a man. That is not a man. Never in my life. You know what I'm saying? Never in my life. I was like homeless, man, doing what I got to do, and I wasn't dating nobody. Man, I got my money right. Man, Pookie does stuff like that. Like, I ain't got nowhere to live right now. But, hey, listen, I'll just go ahead and lay up in this woman's house, have me about 2 or 3 of them. When one of them start talking too much, and I go to the other one. I'm telling you, man, Pookie man, you got to watch out for those Ray-Rays. They'll fool you. They have like a nice car, and you're like, oh, man, he got a C-Class Mercedes-Benz. That's not his C-Class. That's not his C-Class. It's nowhere near in his name. His mother is letting him... That's his mom's C-Class, I'm telling you. Celibate 2 years. Oh, man, you got me beat. I'm only at 1.5 years, baby. Listen, I'm right there with you. No wonder you got that glow going. Listen, man, I gotta... I'm okay. I'm trying to get like you. 2 years, man, I don't think I would care at all. At 2 years, I wouldn't even be looking. I'm trying to keep my wrist game going on. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my wrist game going on. Trying not to break. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I like to have a good time. I got to put this at the end of the video. It's my Friday night. My son is off tomorrow. So I get to go out. You know what I mean? Your man can get a little bit loose tonight. Couple glasses of wine. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's exactly what I'm doing. I don't chase. I attract. And right now I'm trying to attract this money. But look, at about 2 years, I'll probably be right. At 1.5 years right now, I'm good. But at 2 years, I'll be right. So I'll probably be, ready for a good match by then. But right now, I'm trying to attract this money. That's all I can think about right now. Building this empire. I've always wanted to do it, y'all. I just always had things in my way, like a wife and stuff like that. But now that she's gone, it's like, man, it's like every time I think about doing something, she'd go and get another dog or get a cat. You know what I'm saying? Or want an elephant or something crazy like that, man. Or I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or take the BMW I bought her and it just disappear without a trace. never talk about it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, man. I had one of the worst females possible. And I don't blame women at all. I chose wrong, okay? You know what I mean? You cannot meet the love of your life in the club. All right? You cannot meet her in the club. And she might not be an Aries. Let me stay away from those Aries. I'm just joking. Ladies, if you're an Aries, I'm just joking. But if you're one of your Aries, you're an Aries and you're operating in your lower self, you're like the worst woman out there. I'm going to be real. Y'all are horrible. I knew you was an Aries. I knew it. I knew you was going to say that. I knew you were going to say it. I knew it. That's why I try to correct myself. I knew it. I'm like, she's an Aries. Because most women that are attracted to me are Aries. I don't know why. Y'all just are. It's just, man. I knew most women are attracted to me are Aries. It's just the way it is. I'm a Leo. I think something about Leos, man. Like, my son is an Aries. I don't know how that happened. My dad's a Sagittarius, right? But I mean, that's my dad. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with me. My best friend, he's an Aries. So I told you, like, if an Aries likes you, you're good to go. Like, my son loves me, man, so I'm good with him. I ain't got to worry about, like, him getting in his wicked side and turning on me. I do everything for my son. Now, as far as my best friend, we've been in Iraq together, man. He's had my back in Iraq, so we good. But my ex-wife, I wasn't good with her. I didn't know how Aries rolled, man. I didn't know I could fake stuff like that for years and years and years. I didn't know. I know now. Absolutely. This is just my opinion on here. I'm just talking. Don't take anything personal, ladies. I don't know any of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nothing personal. I'm just telling you, like, my experience, with my ex, and she was an Aries. So, but she was also RH negative. So, you know what I mean? Maybe that had something to do with it as well. So I guess everybody in the comments is RH negative gonna listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's Satan's blood. I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, that's Satan's blood. Y'all are like descendants of the Nephilim or something like that. You know what I mean? Of giants or something. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. That woman used to like her steak too rare. I'm like, you better leave my steak on that grill longer. I don't want mine bleeding. Nah, I'm good. Something not right, man. I'm telling you. It was like Satan sent his best. I was like, RH negative. I gotta look this up. What does that mean? And she's like, oh, it's nothing. It's like one of the most rarest blood types. I don't mean nothing. I'm like, rarest blood types? I gotta look this up. I looked that shit up. I'm like, monkey? What? Recessive? What? Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Stuff started making sense. I'm like, monkey recessive? Wait a minute. Hold up. Oh, so I have a hard time getting pregnant. Oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody who has RH negative. I don't know nothing about them except my ex-wife was one, and she was literally like the devil. Like the devil. Okay? And she liked to eat her meat like rare and stuff, and just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. Different kind of person is all I can say. So let's not even call her an Aries. Let's call her an RH negative. How about that? Because every other Aries I've met has been great. You know what I mean? Every other Aries that likes me, you know what I'm saying? If they don't, they do a lot of stuff. Ladies, I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer. You know, I have to get on here and speak to y'all real quick to the subject matter that I wanted to speak about, which is if you have a hard time getting a man and you think that you have everything together and you call yourself a boss chick, you might have a whole lot more attitude going on than the average kind of guy like me wants to deal with. So when the guy, you know what I'm saying, makes an assessment like I like to do, you know, my assessment meter is like, who's going to add to my piece, who's going to take it away? If you're already giving me a headache and I barely know you and you're like putting out all these weird standards and trying to start fights and stuff and bicker or whatever, that's taken away from my peace. So you go into the negative, right? There's no return on that investment. I can already tell, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be in the negative. I got to look at stuff like this. So what I like to do is what's going on? Oh, you're good. You're good. So what I like to do is if it seems like you add to my piece, which, you know, every time I hit you up, you know, you're like smiling and you're happy. And even, you know, people have bad days, but even when you have a bad day, you're not projecting onto nobody. That's adding to my piece. You know what I'm saying? So you're adding to. So I'm like, okay, we can work with this. But you can't expect just because, well, I have a degree. I got a degree. I'm about to be a lawyer, a doctor. You know, some of y'all, I'm in shape. My face is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But you talk like the men that you've been with. And see, I'm a heterosexual man. And I don't care what you look like on the outside. If you talk like a man, you might as well be a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. If you talk like a man, I don't get into the trans stuff. I don't da-da-da-da-da-da. If you walk like a duck, you know, you talk like a duck, shucky ducky. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to deal with you. You know, you can go and find some other kind of guy that wants to deal with you talking like a man, but with the, you know, I'm just being real. Talking like a man, but having the body of a woman. It's just, you know what? You should be questioning the kind of man that deals with that. You should be like, you know what? So if somebody had the body of a woman, you wouldn't care how manly they are, would you? You know, question that guy. A guy that's like, yeah, I can't deal with you. You talk too much like a man. Like, I can't deal with that. You know, I like women that are soft. And that's when you should be like, you shouldn't argue with him. You're like, oh, he likes women. He really likes women. But if you're a woman and you know you move like a man, you even say you have masculine energy, what kind of men are letting you be with them? The kind of man that likes masculine energy. Listen, that ain't the kind of man that you're going to last long with, because you're going to catch him doing something with Steve. And you're going to be like, I knew it. Yeah, you knew it, fool. He was letting you be all kind of ways masculine, and you thought that was a new trend. No, they don't make men like that. I'm sorry, not a classic man. Not at all. You know, if I'm the kind of guy, Well, where I'll disqualify you based off of your content that you're posting. If you're posting a bunch of content where you're bashing men and you seem like you have an unhealed wound from a baby daddy or an ex or something, I'm going to disqualify you automatically. Like, hey, I can't even deal with this. This lady is still like not healed up from an ex. You know what I mean? Yeah, but as that being said, she needs a space to be soft. You create your own space for everything in your reality. So if you have men in your reality that don't create a space for you to feel soft to be a woman, whose fault is that? Not mine, right? Like, I create a space where I can be masculine. I don't have women around me that take away from my masculinity. I don't have anybody around me. I create a space for that because it's my reality and I have full control. I have no, victim type mentality. I run this realm. I run all the realm around me. So anything that, try to take away from me and my masculinity and me being in my masculine frame, I'll exit stage left or exit it out my area, whatever, that's why I don't have, you see me cutting women off because I've assessed them and know I can't even deal with you based off a little bit of interaction we have. So you will not be in my area, taking me out of my frame, causing me not to feel safe, to be what I need to be. That's all that I'm saying. Because, listen, there's a lot of different kind of ways that we can wordplay it. But at the end of the day, everybody has full control of who they allow around them, what they allow to happen in their life to a certain degree, right? We can't control the chemtrails and stuff like that. I gotta watch what I say. But we can control, like, the people, the men or women that you interact with. You got control of that. So if the people or the man or the men you've interacted with have not created the safe space for you to bask in your femininity and be soft, whose fault is that? Like, whose fault is that? You have to create the space and understand, like, with my self-love, right? If a woman takes me outside of the way I want to be peaceful and chill, I just get away from her. She can say whatever she wants to say about me, but at the end of the day, she's not taking away from anything I have going on or taking me outside of who I want to be. So as long as, like, we're the kind of people, I just take full responsibility who's around me. So, if a woman tells me that, which I've heard before, women would love to be if they were able to. Well, how are you not able to? Like, who's taking that ability away from you? Like, how are you not able to create the space for you to feel comfortable to bask in your femininity and stay soft? Like, what's causing you What's going on? I thought I heard somebody saying help. You know what I mean? I don't know what they were saying, but, I thought I heard somebody saying help. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what that was about. That's across the street. Like, they're pulling out way over there. And my truck is on. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, black folks, it don't take much, man. They come over here with that. I'm in my truck and I'm gone. You know what I mean? That's them right there. You know what I'm saying? Rolling out with the windows down. I don't know what's going on with them. But they see this big bright light up here. Look, man, that's why I got to be live in these streets, man. You got to record stuff, and it's got to be recorded to where they can't take it down. Like, come on, got to go live. I don't know what that was about. It was some chick over there, and there was a couple guys, but I don't know what she was saying. But again, it was none of my business. I mean, I looked over there, I said something from over here, but as far as me going over there, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is a one-light town. This is damn near a sundown town. This is the town you can walk from one end of the other to the other. Man, you ain't even got to get in a car. So I'm not going to walk over there and do anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't know what she was doing. Choose better. She should have chose a better situation where she was feeling more safe around the company that she kept. You know what I'm saying? But she put herself in a situation where she probably was around untrustworthy kind of dudes. But look, I'm I understand everybody has their circumstances and things of that nature. I'm just telling y'all that, you know, the way I roll, I'm a Sigma guy. And as a Sigma guy, I like keeping things peaceful, you know what I mean, and relaxing. So, you know, a woman can look great, but if she comes with baggage, and baggage normally, you know, revolves around like, well, you know, I'm this way because, you know, well, listen, I understand. And if you feel like you have to be in a masculine energy, then there's got to be a different kind of guy for you. But like a Sigma guy, there's no way that I want to be with a woman who feels like she has to be in some kind of masculine energy half the time, which does rule out a lot of content creators because it's a dog eat dog world out here, man. So y'all really be doing it. But I'm not going to deal with you. I mean, to be honest with you, you know, if you're a woman and you're a content creator and you're posting yourself up a lot of guys like me are going to probably be like, nah, I'll pass on that, right? No hard feelings about it. Like, we can be friends. You know how many DMs I get? Man, I get enough. And I'm not a woman. Imagine what women are. Y'all are getting nothing but like DMs and comments, all kind of. Nah, man, nah. I can't even, right? But again, I mean, that's an insecurity of mine. That's an insecurity of mine. I'm not secure enough in my masculine frame to feel comfortable with a woman online posting her cheeks up and then getting compliments and stuff and feeling like she's not going to get DM'd, you know? Like, I can't, you know, there's a certain amount of you can do online where you're kind of covered up, but like most women, and they compete with other women, the cheeks will get flashed at some point in time. They'll do it slick, like they'll do like a quick, yeah, but you're still doing too much. You're still showing too much. You shouldn't have to do that, and I'm gonna dismiss. You know, I'm gonna pass. However, there's plenty of guys out there that won't. You get a lot of catfish? Yeah, like, I don't know nothing about that. I mean, I vet women so well, it's hard for them to catfish me. You know, it takes forever for them to get my phone number. You know, and DMing, you know, I mean, I'm sure there's some catfish in there, but I don't answer every DM I get. Just some. You know what I mean? But look, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. They're about to close up over here at this gas station. I talked to the lady, so she's not going to have any problem with me being out here. She's not going to call the cops, something like that. So, but they're about to close up. I'm going to get going. I just wanted to get on here. I'm going to cut most of this out, this last part. But the video will be available on my YouTube channel. Remember, if you're having a hard time getting a man that you want, then you can either start settling for a man, you know. But if you're going to continue to do the same thing and expect a different result, you know that's the definition of insanity. That's an absolute definition of it. So if you can't find the man that you want, then you might want to try thinking about doing things differently. But I can tell you what, you've noticed that a lot of women can throw a lot of verbiage at me, but I can see right through it. And I'm able to break it down and explain why it makes no sense. Because I can see right through it. You know what I'm saying? I can see, someone can say something to me and it can look like a certain kind of thing, like, oh, well, you know. But what I see is, when I see it, like, well, that's kind of just a way to make an excuse for bad behavior. Like, that's what I see. And then I'll end up saying something about it, you know, thinking that kind of way, because no one owes anybody anything. So if, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think like that. It's just like, yeah, well, right, if a woman wants a 6-foot guy and I'm 5'9", I could sit here and tell her, well, I got everything else you want. I'm hung like a horse in the holla, right? Why would I do that? I would just tell her, hey, well, you know, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You know, one thing I can't be is 6 foot for 5'9". So you're not going to settle for me. Go ahead and do what you got to do. And it's no hard feelings. There's plenty of other people in the sea. This woman on that YouTube channel was talking about men are missing out on good women because we're overlooking them. No one's overlooking anyone. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. And God has led me so far. So why are you trying to question God all of a sudden? See how I can find holes in things? Like for the women that say, are you going to miss out on a good thing because you're looking for the... No. It don't work like that. God hasn't been leading me everywhere else and, you know what I'm saying, firing on all cylinders. But with you, he messed up. I think not. You're not meant to be with me, right? But you might feel that way, but apparently I don't and God doesn't. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way I think about stuff. Women find all kind of different ways to manipulate the situation to make you feel like you need them or you're doing something wrong. That's gaslighting. We don't need each other, and we shouldn't cause each other any kind of doubt about our realities. It's like, I think I've been doing it like this pretty well, taking care of me and my 12-year-old son without any government assistance or any help. Don't even know where his mother's at. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing, Cardi B is fine with the man that she's with, and he's nowhere near 6 foot. And if I could get me a Cardi B, well, I'd be a pretty happy man. So I don't want to hear anything out here about blah, 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 blah. Listen, man, if you want a 6 foot guy, go ahead and get a 6 foot guy. More power to you. No problem with that, right? But, you know, if you're a woman and you're looking for more than that, you also know that there's more to life than that, then hey, I'm your guy. Otherwise, I'm not going to argue with anybody about that. That's psycho. That's psycho. That's all I'm saying. It's all about preferences, stuff of that nature. That's all that I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying it's really hard to play with words with a really smart man that's tapped in with God. So it's like, you know, play around with words if you want to. You know, I'm pretty good at what I do. You know what I'm saying? I talk to people. I listen. And I hear what you're really saying. You know, because if you're saying something from a different place, like of good intent, it wouldn't sound that way. And I'm like, well, you know, we all got to be held accountable for our own situations, right? I'm held accountable because I ended up being with the wrong kind of woman and it blew up in my face and I had to be homeless for a little bit. But not one time was I not making content talking about how great God is. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, you know, a lot of people get worried about trying to hurry up and be in a place to where they don't feel embarrassed, worrying about what other people think. I don't care what nobody else thinks. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Iraq 2 times. You wanna know something I learned in Iraq? I had some of the best times of my life in Iraq, man. I met some of the best people over there, some times I'll never forget. And it's not about hurrying up and trying to get to the destination, man. The journey, man. You know, I'm gonna be able to look back and be like, man, I was so broke. Yeah, I was so broke. I was, you know, when I'm on my talk shows and stuff like that, I'll be like, yeah, I was so broke and everybody thought I was fine and everybody, you know what I'm saying, content creators were gaslighting me online thinking that, you know, I was, man, look, you know what I mean? Knowing I'm gonna look back, you know, and tell my story and have my books and whatnot, why would I care about what anybody else thinks? I already know where I'm gonna be at. I already see it. You know, I'm already living it. You know what I mean? I just ain't caught up to it yet. That's all. But when you can see as clearly as I do, you're not worried about nothing. Why would I be worried about it? The same people hating on me are going to be some of my biggest fans. You know, they're going to be like, I was there. I was one of the people hating on his black ass. I was one of them. Yeah, you were one of them. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you. You made me into a better man. I'm not worried about it at all, man. Shoot, but see, it takes a special kind of person. I went to Iraq. I lived over there in a little hut of a place, man. Had to clean it up nice and whatnot. So having to start over means nothing to me. I don't really care what anybody else thinks about that. Let me tell you something else. Francis Ngannou started out in Africa digging in, like, you know, digging up salt mines or whatever, or dirt mines or whatever he was doing, right? Now he just beat up the heavyweight champion of the world, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's about the journey and being proud of where you came from and all the hard work it took you to get where you're going. It's not really hard, man. You know, once you don't care about what anybody else thinks, who can judge you? Who in the world? They can't judge you, man. They can look at you and say goofy stuff. But, you know, you drop your books and you tell everybody, they're going to look like some fools. So let them look like fools, man. Let them run their mouth. They don't know you. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I don't want to hold y'all any longer. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the dope conversation because you guys made me go into my own little preacher mode. This video is going to be dope on YouTube, man. They're going to love it. Even better than I thought. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all. doing great things. Have a great night. I know y'all got to work tomorrow, but my kid's off, so I'm off. So have a great Friday. I'll be dropping plenty of content. I'm going to be up super late tonight. I'm going out, you know, got some places to be, some people to see. You know, peace, love, and light. Love y'all. Have a great night.